Shabuot, the holiday of Shabuot, a holiday whose minhagim are being forgotten. Year after year, more and more minhagim are being forgotten. They're being pushed aside. And I'd like to bring some of these minhagim to light. First and foremost, the synagogue, not the synagogue itself, but certain aspects of the synagogue are decorated with flowers and greenery. We've spoken in the past about when people have happy occasions, they would attach flowers to the rimunim of the Sefer Torah. This is the holiday of the giving of the Torah. So obviously on this holiday of Shabuot, yes, flowers would be attached to the rimunim, but not just to the rimunim. The stairs going up to the Teba, where the Hazan, where the Hacham would read the Sefer Torah, the stairs, the banister would also be adorned in greenery and flowers, as well as the entire guardrail around the Teba where the Hazan stands, where the Torah is placed. That would all be wrapped in greenery and flowers, sweet-smelling things. And it was done because, based upon the Midrash and various commentaries by the Hachamim, that when Hashem gave us the Torah upon the utterance of each one of the 10 commandments, the entire world would be filled with sweet-smelling fragrances of various flowers. That's one reason. But an even more connected reason to the holiday of Shabuot, Shabuot is known as Hag Bikurim. In the days of the Torah, the days of the Beit HaMikdash, it was the holiday of bringing of the first fruits. Obviously, the first fruits come from growth, and that growth starts with the budding of a flower, and those flowers are brought into the Beit Knesset to remind us another aspect of Hag HaShabuot that we can no longer do now, but it's a major part of the holiday. That's Hag Bikurim, and that is the flowers, the greenery, the growth. So that's minhag number one, decorating the Sefer Torah and the areas where the Sefer Torah is read with flowers and greenery. We have another minhag on Hag HaShabuot. The Torah is compared to water. HaTorah nimshela l'mayim. And therefore, on the holiday of Shabuot, in other communities, like the Moroccan community, people would actually throw water on one another on this holiday. In Syria, it wasn't thrown, but rather sprinkled in a more gentle fashion. And not only water, but mazar and maward as well, orange blossom water and rose water, to bring that sweet-smelling fragrance upon one another, and to bring the water aspect of it as well, which is comparable to water, as the Hachamim tell us. The same way the water quenches your thirst, the Torah as well quenches your spiritual thirst. Another minhag that is forgotten is the ketubah of Hag HaShabuot. It has been, in fact, removed from our mahzurim. You open up the holiday mahzur for Shabuot, and it's not even there anymore. Whereas in the old mahzurim, we had something called ketubah, the Hag HaShabuot. Here's an old mahzur, as you could tell, it's pretty old. And here's the ketubah, the Hag HaShabuot. And it had a special tune. In the Halabi tradition, it was said at the Hechal itself, and in the Shami tradition, it was said once the Torah was brought to the Teba before commencing the reading of the Torah. And it would go like this. It would also be in Ma'am Hosseini, as we've discussed in previous Shabuot videos. The whole theme of Shabuot is in Ma'am Hosseini. Megillat Ruth is in Ma'am Hosseini. The Azharot is in Ma'am Hosseini. The Ketubah itself also is in Ma'am Hosseini. يردودي لغنو العروغات بسمو لتعليش عمبات نديم بالفلوس عليها سكان شلومو. And then the entire congregation would respond, أبريون عسل وملك شلومو. And it will continue like this for the entire ketubah, which is about 3 pages long. So obviously lengthening the holiday prayers. Not only that, the beauty of the holiday was in bringing the messages of the holiday to the masses. As we know, living in Arabic-speaking countries for centuries, the vernacular was Arabic, and therefore they wanted to bring the message home not only to the men and to the children, but to the women as well. So at home, the Azharot would be read, and it would be read not only in Hebrew, but in Arabic as well. Here we have Azharot printed in Aleppo with Hebrew and Arabic, Judeo-Arabic. The Aser de Berot, or as some people know it, Abtida Kalamna, that is said prior to Matan Torah, usually on Tu B'Shvat, was also said in many homes in Halab and in Sham, because it explained the Aser de Berot, the Ten Commandments, and the woman could listen and they could understand and they could appreciate the beauty of Hag Shabuot. So even if you look at the Aser de Berot that was printed in Halab, it tells you Shabbat Matan Torah. So they connected this Shabbat Matan Torah to the Shabbat prior to Shabuot, was called Shabbat Kala, as well as on Shabuot, and they would read it then. Not only that, but as my friend Morris Arking mentioned in one of his videos, he talked about that in Halab, they not only read the Azharot, and not only read Rut, and did them both in Hebrew and in Arabic, but Mishleh as well was studied. And here we go, this is Mishleh that was translated into Judeo-Arabic as well, for the people to be able to read and understand. And this was, all these things were done either published in Halab or published by Halabi rabbis in Yerushalayim. So these are all ancient things that were done. And they filled up the entire day of Shabuot with Torah, with understanding for men, for women, in the vernacular. These are things that we're lacking today. Okay? We don't, obviously, the majority of the people don't know Arabic today to understand it, but these things should be done publicly in our homes in English or in whatever language is understood to bring home the message of Hag HaShabuot, of Matan Torah, of the Beracha that Borei Olam has showered upon us. Have a wonderful holiday. To school, L'Shem Rabot, Ne'emov Tovot.